everybody, it's your friendly neighborhood hanger hobbit here, and welcome aboard the SBD-3 Dauntless, or as I like to call it, the baby Dakka Wagon. Yeah, because this is the baby brother of the big Dakka Wagon that we got in the French and the American trees. And yeah, look at the chat, of course. I'm offering free Dakka samples to all enemy players. They're hot dog flavored. Oh, I can't help it. When I'm flying one of these little dirt planes, I just gotta goof off a little bit. It's fun. Oh, and we may have a customer. It's the Condor. You know, I don't understand why so many people fly that thing. It's really not that good a bomber. It's basically a flying gas can. I mean, if there was any bomber I would want to fly in this game, it wouldn't be that one. Ooh, what do we got? Ooh, looks like we got one trying to be a sneaky though. HE-111 trying to be Schnell. Well, I don't think so. You shall not be Schnell on my watch. No Schnell. Oh, somebody else done put a round into it though, and you know my rule. If it burns, you don't get a turn. Oh well. What can you do? And now my silly Condor's gotten away. That makes me sad. Oh, but look at all this red. Oh, there's so many snacks. I got so much Dakka samples to share. Hello, Mr. 109. Would you like some Dakka samples? I don't think you would, but I'll give you some anyway. Hey, don't go away. Come back. I got more Dakka samples. Come on, they're free. Oh, he don't want to play with me. Oh, but his friend does. Hello, Mr. 109. Would you like some Dakka samples? Come here. Dakka, 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 Dakka. Poof. His wings exploded. That's what I so love about these Dakka wagons. You just charge in there and just go completely ham. I mean, that's really all you really need to do with these things. Find a sea of red, charge right through the middle of it, and go chompa, 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 like it was Pac-Man. Oh, look at all this pretty red. Oh, come here, Mr. 109. How you doing? Oh, you're not doing so good. Air brakes for the win. Oh, and look below me. Oh, is it my birthday? Is it Christmas? Oh, you come here. Hi, how you doing? Oh, not so good. That wing fall off. Don't forget your air brakes, boys and girls. Air brakes on this thing is just so good. Oh, you shall not stop Dakka Wagon with those little pew-pews. Dakka Wagon does not fear your pew-pews. Let Jethro in the back deal with him. Oh, thank you. More tasty 109s. Chompa, 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 chompa. Oh, look at that. It's a little biplane. Oh, can you believe that stupidity? He decided to be most honorable. Yeah, it didn't do him no good though, did it? His spinny thing, it quit spinning. Yeah, 'cause guess what? You don't ram with a freaking biplane. That was just rude. Silly Mr. Biplane. Oh well, 4 kills? What, 2 minutes? I'll take that. I'll take that in a heartbeat. Let's switch on over to that next match, shall we? Now, as I get up here into position, let me tell you a little bit about this bird. This bird first flew in 1940 and didn't finally get retired till 1959. Yeah, they just passed these from one country to another. These started out with the Navy, ended up with the Marines, with the Army Air Force, with the French Navy, French Air Force, New Zealand Air Force finally ended up with the Mexican Air Force, which finally retired it in 1959. Wow, this thing had a long shelf life. And this thing, they made 5,936 of these suckers. And the pilots nicknamed it the Slow But Deadly. And yeah, I can see why. And any of you that's seen the Dogfights video Long Odds knows how tough these suckers are. Because the Navy pilot Swede Vedasa took one of these up against 4 Zeros, crippled 2, burnt 1, and then cut 1 in half with his wing. So yeah, you don't want to mess with the SBDs. Oh, hello, Mr. Stuka. How are you doing? Oh, you come here, Mr. Stuka. Oh, don't run away. Oh, yeah, he gonna run away. But guess what? I'm a dive bomber too. And I'm a little better to dive than you. But I don't want to give up that much altitude. Yeah, not when there's more snackies up here. This baby was also the first Navy carrier to sink a Japanese in the war, when it sunk the Shoho at the Battle of Coral Sea, which was the first ship sunk by a U.S. Navy dive bomber. Oh, hello, Mr. 109. How are you doing? Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Now, I'd love to be able to tell you something about this particular bird with the gun pods, but I couldn't find anything about the Navy actually using one with gun pods. The Army had their own version called the Banshee, where they got rid of the arrestor hook, and those were sometimes used for ground attackers, but I couldn't find anything about the Navy actually slapping gun pods on this thing. So let's just not tell Gaijin, shall we? Ooh, more 109s. I so love 109s in this thing. They're so tasty. Ooh, come here. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, you know, for a big old heavy sucker, this thing is surprisingly agile when you remember those flaps and dive brakes. You can really make this thing dance. But coming back from Coral Sea, where they had bombed the Shoho, several SBDs ended up engaging the freaking enemy bombers that were going after Lexington and shot several of them down. So using this thing as a heavy fighter, yeah, it was far from uncommon during the war. Pilots that flew these things were aggressive. And that's what I like to be. Come here. Oh, you come here, 109. I'm not letting you get away. You come here now. Thank you. I strongly suggest, if you haven't watched that Dogfights Long Odds, you definitely need to check that sucker out. Because seeing what Swede Vedasa did with his is pretty dang impressive. Yeah, imagine 4v1 the hard way against Japanese Zeros in one of these. Yeah, but he opened a can of ye old whoop ass. Yeah, wouldn't have wanted to run into that man. Oh, hello, Mr. 112. How you doing? Oh, gotta watch my little buddy here. Definitely do not want to get TK here. Oh, there's that crit. This thing's it's just so lovely to handle. Come on, F3, if you're going to do something, do it or get out the way. Finally, good Lord, think you could take long enough there, buddy? Pee or get off the pot. Now we're going to speed things up for a bit here, because heading back to base is pretty uneventful. I need more pew-pews, though. Yeah, you can't have fun in this without lots and lots and lots of Dakka. And I need more Dakka. Decided to do me a little experiment here. I was curious if you could land on the gun pods, use them like the nacelles on some of the jets. And the answer is, yeah, works just fine. I actually later tried that on a carrier. Works just as well. So, yeah, if you're not good at carrier landings, just belly land her. She don't care. Oh, gotta love planes like that. You can do the same with that USA Key 61. And belly lands on carriers just so easy. Heck of a lot easier than trying to land that thing without an arrestor hook. Believe me. Oh, look at those pretty reds. Oh, yes. Come on, baby. Get on over there. I want more snacks. Come on. That's the one thing that's bad about this plane is, yeah, slow but deadly was a good name for it. Because you're not getting anywhere fast. Oh, it's a Stuka. Oh, I love Stukas at this level. Everybody just straps bombs to them. Nobody uses them as fighters. Makes for a good snack. Oh, but you come here, Mr. Stuka. You shall not get away. Yes, come here. Chompa, 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 chompa. They can take a lot of abuse, though. Stukas in this friggin' BR are surprisingly tanky. But that's okay, because I got plenty of Dakka. Oh, thank you. I do appreciate. And you'll notice in every match I have the gun pods. Yeah, this is one of those planes where don't even bother with anything else. I mean, seriously, just don't. The bomb load in this, you're not going to make enough difference to the tickets to really bother. And with that bomb respawn, you're just so much better off to say the heck with the friggin' bombs, slap on the gun pods, and go full on Dakka Wagon. As I'm waiting on this runway camper to set that sucker down so I can take a run on him, let me tell you a little bit more about this bird. The most vital service it did was the pivotal Battle of Midway, where this baby ran into 4 Japanese carriers, Akagi, Kaga, Soryu, and Hiryu. They got all 4 of them suckers, 3 of them in less than 6 minutes. A lot of historians say that this was the point where the war turned against the Japanese, because the amount of troops that they lost during that engagement was insane. But after Midway, the Japanese carrier fleets were just never the same. But despite the Helldiver coming in, the pilots actually preferred the slow but deadly. The reason being, despite the fact that the Helldiver was faster and better armed, they said the good old SBD just handled better. Especially on carrier landings, because when the seas are rough, you need something that can take the punishment. And the pilot said, see, give them the SBD over the freaking Helldiver. The Helldiver was not loved. But by the end of the war, the good old slow but deadly had racked up 6 carriers, 14 cruisers, 6 destroyers, 15 freighters, and a ton of smaller freaking boats. That is why several historians call it one of the most crucial aircraft of World War II. Yeah, because it wasn't a Mustang and it wasn't a Thunderbolt that was putting all them boats in the bottom of the friggin' ocean. It was the good old slow but deadly. But try as I might, I could not find a single picture or anything about the Navy actually strapping gun pods to these suckers. I found pictures of it with different kinds of bombs, found pictures of it with the FR rockets. Gun pods? Nothing. But hey, I'll take it. Hello, Mr. Runway Camper. I am so sick of this. Everybody else sick of this? Yes. Gaijin, what the hell? How can you kill something and then it gets a respawn? Excuse you? How does that make any sense? But hey, I got my ace. And yeah, Mr. Runway Camper's not going to go anywhere. F6F's going to bleed out the tickets, and he's just going to sit there and camp. So what do I think about this bird? If you want to have some low-tier fun going troll-a-low-la-low, here you go. Take out the good old slow but deadly. This thing is a freaking blast. Just don't forget your air brakes, because that makes a heck of a lot of difference. With that and the flaps, you can do turns on this thing almost like a friggin' zero. Well, be sure to like and share, and I hope to see you up there in the clouds. Have a good one, y'all.